Hey YouTube, Scott here. A few days late on this. If you're a Haunted Hearts fan, you probably have already seen this announcement, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. A few days ago, Haunted Hearts announced all the Scarezones this year. I'm going to talk about those, give my basic thoughts on those. So we got 5 Scarezones, which is pretty typical recently. With 3 IP ones and 2 original Scarezones. So the first Scarezone is the Trick or Treat Scarezone based on the movie. It says this is going off the Haunted Hearts website. First up, it's time to make sure everyone understands the rules of our haunted holiday. Get a proper Halloween education in our Central Park Scarezone inspired by the film Trick or Treat. We're excited to have Sam visit and make sure we follow the rules of Halloween. As a longtime fan of classic horror anthology films, Trick or Treat is a favorite of mine that pays perfect homage to that genre. In this zone, you'll have the opportunity to come face to face with several characters from the film and learn for yourself what happens when you don't follow the rules. So that's the description they gave. Yeah, the Trick or Treat movie was basically it emphasizes these rules for Halloween, and if you break them, then Sam's gonna come get you and stuff. And Sam's this really creepy looking kid with like a burlap mask over him. It looks really cool. If you don't know Sam, look it up and check out the movie Trick or Treat if you haven't. Just like that description said, Trick or Treat's a great horror anthology. Great Halloween movie. It's a great movie to I'd watch any time of the year, but a great movie especially to watch around Halloween. And it's gonna be a really cool zone. I'm very much looking forward to this one. I love the entire Halloween aesthetic and everything. That same thing that this movie has, like the whole tone and atmosphere of Halloween stuff. I love it, and this zone is gonna have that really well, I'm sure. The Purge. Next, here's what the website says. Next up, we have a returning story to our New York streets with The Purge. This time, our approach was to create a zone that showed how we think the events of a purge night might play out on our streets. There are some fan favorites returning, such as our auction and a very polite gentleman. We also have some new surprises in store. For example, how do you clean up all the mayhem on the streets during a purge night? Visit the cleanup crew with their trusty wood chipper to find out. Just don't get too close. This one I'm not so much looking forward to. I like the Purge movies. I never saw the third one, but I did like the first 2. And I think the main reason I'm just not so much care about the Scarezone is because we got this exact Scarezone almost. They said there's going to be some new surprises or something, but I'm sure there'll be some new elements. But we had a Purge Scarezone in the same location, which, by the way, this will be, they said this will be in the New York section of Universal. We had that, I think it was 2014, so it's been a couple years, but I don't know, I'm not really, it was a cool Scarezone the first time, but I don't know, I don't really care that much about seeing it again. Not bad, but not too exciting at least. And then next up we have Altars of Horror, which it says near the front gate on Avenue of the Stars, which is that area of it's like the street in between the Shrek and the Minion building, when you first walk, soon after you first walk in. Near the front gate on Avenue of the Stars we have our Altars of Horror. For me, this zone is very exciting because we're bringing sun to the streets for our horror fans that we've never done before. In this zone, we're taking some of the larger than life characters featured in this year's houses and letting them have their own Scarezone. A lot of work goes into bringing these iconic film characters to life in our houses. Now you have the opportunity to get an even better look at them. Assortment of IP characters from the houses in one Scarezone, which is cool. It will be cool to see the characters outside the house and get. I'm sure this Scarezone is going to be more popular with pictures, like people taking pictures and selfies with them, which is cool because it will be cool to get some pictures of them and with them. That description is a little weird though, because they say that they've never done that before. They have. They've done that before. I don't know why they're saying that. I'm definitely looking forward to this one. It'll be cool. I'm curious to see exactly which ones run good. I'm figuring probably Jack from The Shining, maybe the twins, some characters from American Horror Story. I don't know. I don't know 2 or 3 very well. I haven't seen those seasons still. I'm sure we're definitely gonna have the Pigman from Saw, maybe Ash himself from Ash vs. Evil Dead, and maybe some Deadites from Ash vs. Evil Dead. They still have one IP house to announce. I'll talk about it more when it's announced, but according to the rumors, it's going to be a Blumhouse movie, different scenes from different Blumhouse movies in one house, which gives us a few characters that you could have in the Scarezone possibly. Maybe Bagul from Sinister if he could be in the house. And I think we might have something from Insidious in the house, maybe some demons from Insidious. I don't know, just some speculation. I'm curious if I'm interested to see if there's any I'm not thinking of, and what exactly ones they're going to choose to have in there. And next up you have Invasion, which will be in the San Francisco area outside of where Disaster used to be. Set in a time decades ago, our docks in San Francisco find themselves the victim of an invasion. Visitors from far beyond have crashed their vessel and are now wreaking havoc on the streets of San Francisco. They aren't just here to destroy, these invaders are also on a mission to learn everything they can about us humans. Careful, you may find yourself on the experiment table at the mercy of an alien scientist. So aliens, basically. It seems to be like, I think it's kind of like older, like 50s inspired sci-fi-ish. I'm very curious to see this though, because it's not actually based on anything specific, and I'm curious to see how the aliens will look, and yeah, it should be a fun one. And then, last but not least, or maybe least, who knows. I almost forgot about this one because the way they wrote it in the art and the announcement, Festival of the Deadliest. It says, "This Halloween Hornets, we're inviting you to join the celebration of blood and bone at what can only be called the Festival of the Deadliest, an ancient tradition from the depths of where nightmares are born. A gathering of the most unearthly, hellish terrors has emerged from the darkest corners of despair. It calls to those who long for the thrill, the scare, and wish to have their fears made real. You'll be drawn like moths to a flame, and once you join this hallowed celebration, your nightmares will never end." That's very vague. So they released a very short video that showed some concept art. Basically, it has like skeleton creatures and stuff. I'm not really sure what to think of it because this description is very vague, and we don't have much to go off of. But I mean, I am interested because of that. It sounds cool, and I'm looking forward to see if they create, because this is the most original thing so far. I look forward to their original creations. I'm sure it'll be good. So that's all the Scarezones. So once again, it's Trick or Treat Scarezone based on the movie, another Purge Scarezone, Altars of Horror, which is like a collection of the IPs from the houses, Festival of the Deadliest, very vague demonic creatures or something, an invasion, alien, sci-fi thingy, and that's all Scarezones. And Academy of Villains is back for a new show. Oh, and also this was announced separately a couple of days before this, but I didn't get to make a video of it yet, so let's talk about it here. They announced Bill and Ted is also back, but Bill and Ted is back for its final year, which is very sad. Bill and Ted is a great show. It's had some years that weren't so good. Some years haven't been as funny yet, but it has had a lot of great years, and it's an iconic part of the Hornets. It's been there since the very beginning, I think, or at least I think maybe it started in the second year. I don't know. It's been there for almost the entire time. At least I think every year it's like synonymous with Fallen Hornets, and it's very iconic to the fans, and it's sad to see it go. I hope they have a good replacement for it. I hope we have at least another show take its place to take away some crowds and stuff. Very sad to see it go though. I'm a big fan of the Bill and Ted show. I'm a big fan of the Bill and Ted movie too. I feel like part of that's because Halloween Hornets, but I love those characters. Yeah. They're saying that, at least in the announcement, they're calling it a farewell tour for the Wild Stallions. Is how they're billing the show this year, and they basically say that like they're gonna go out with a bang and it's gonna be really good. So hopefully they're right. Hopefully the show is really great this year. I really hope its final year it goes out with a really good one. Anyway, so that's it. That's my talk about the Scarezones and the show announcements for Halloween Horror Nights. I'm sure they'll be announcing the remaining houses very soon, and I'll have a video about those. So stay tuned for that video whenever that happens. And shout out to Horror Night Nightmares. This is a shirt from fansite, a Halloween Horror Nights fansite called Horror Night Nightmares. Definitely check them out if you're a Horror Nights fan like me. If you're not on there already, I know a lot of people are. But the site itself, they have a bunch of info archived on there, and everything about Horror Nights, and they have a forum which I'm a part of, and so yeah, definitely check that out. Thanks for watching this video. Can't wait to see the rest of the announcements and experience the event. It's in like just over 3 weeks, like 3 weeks and like 4 days. So like 3.5 weeks. I think it's like 24 days or something like that. Can't wait, so excited. Thanks for watching. And click that subscribe button to see more. And like this video if you liked it, and thanks for watching, bye.